Good evening, clan out here. Let's try again. It's basic training for a bunch of new recruits. So either this is going to go really well or really well. All right. So
goodbye.
hello.
You, Jay.
Hello. Sorry about that.
Is your hand still?
Alright, now you can form up.
Yes.
We'll go.
Okay.
Ah,
1-1. Form up facing me towards the west. Forming a
Right,
big
Bravo
stack,
on me behind
team-wise.
Panda, then Rutters, then no, sorry, Panda, then Sam, then Rutters, then Sputters.
And take a knee, please, guys.
Nice.
The automatic rifleman should be in the back of a team. Please make sure they have some room.
That's
Yeah,
the one,
I
right?
think Sophie's trying to fit in there.
I'm in.
That's good.
So
That's
the
good.
usual order is team leader rifleman, then the
User
AG,
joined
and
your
then the
channel.
AR in the back. Rutters, get in the back, please. There you go. Okay, this is just a big stack, a squad stack, team-wise, split up into roles. This is what we do at the beginning of every mission. No exceptions. And then what we usually do is we sound off. This is a little comms check thing, and we just call numbers as we are on the radio. So 1-1 sound off.
User left your channel.
1, 2, 3.
Try that again, please, Sophie.
Hold it
Do you
in.
need to hold that down a little longer, it seems? Yeah, I got nothing there.
I think you're on mute or something. 'Cause we can't
There's
hear you.
blue here.
Fucking
it's
muted
fine.
my headset by accident.
Okay,
4.
on we go.
There we go.
You next, mate.
So we just did
Not
it.
you.
Oh, right.
That's you.
5.
I didn't hear.
And that didn't go through either.
5.
6. 7.
Right this way. Give it
Hey.
a go.
Sorry.
Cool. And if you're the last man in the stack, it's a good thing to add a last man, but that's fine for now. Let's do that again in pretty. 1-1 sound off.
1, 2,
Nope.
Yeah, I was on mute. 3.
4,
5.
6, 7, 8.
Cool. So when using the radio, it's important to hold down the button until you've finished your message. Don't just fucking fiddle with it. Hold it down, speak, let go of it. Very deliberate action, please, otherwise people won't be able to hear you. All of this is important for us because we want to make this as efficient as possible. We want to get into the action as quickly as possible. So we shouldn't dawdle on this. You're going to know very soon where your place is in the stack, and you should get to it as quickly as possible. And there is no exceptions to this. This is how we start off every session that we play.
I
Cool.
believe Sam is in.
Sam is in.
Any
Needs.
questions on any of this so far? None. Cool. So what usually happens next is that you'll get a couple of minutes of what we call box time. We're going to try this now, but a couple of words on that. I hope we don't need more than 2 minutes to do this. Did someone just disappear?
Yeah, I think I don't understand why the teleport players doesn't work. There we go.
Okay, that is very weird. Like I was saying, box time.
Ah, Sam.
So you spawn in with everything you need at the beginning of a mission. You don't need a box, you don't need to do anything about your kits. You are ready for anything the moment you spawn in. The only purpose of box time really is to change your sights in the attachment menu, which is a little bit of the, what's it called again? The arsenal? Is that what it's called?
Inventory.
It is very limited. It only
User
gives you
joined your
sights for
channel.
your rifle. That's the only purpose of it that we use it for. Another reason might be that your team leaders want you to change your kit in some fashion. If they don't tell you to change
I'm
your
in
kit in some
multiple
fashion,
channels.
please do not change it in any way. Okay, let's have 2 minutes of box time and to deal with this equipment crate on the right exclusively. Nobody touch any other crate. See if
Sam's
you can
having
be
some-
back here in the stack.
Yep, if
in
you
2
guys want to
minutes.
come up to
So
the,
we can just
the
change
equipment
sites and
box here,
Yeah.
move to
we
attachments,
already have an
and then you
email
can
there.
see if you just
Sam's
slick.
some issues. He's in multiple TeamSpeak channels.
Use the action, not the
I'm sorry?
inventory. Don't touch the
Sam's in
inventory, but
Influx
go for the
channel.
yellow
Just-
action that
It's gonna
says
be a
attachment menu.
Yeah, well,
That opens up your stuff. Don't click the watches and or GPS.
Maybe
and
just
stuff
exit
like
out of
that. Then
TeamSpeak,
you'll
Sam.
pick up your
Try
kits.
again.
Don't touch anything like that. Just go for the attachments. That's all you need.
Yep.
There are
Nice.
so many people talking at me. It's weird.
User was moved out of your channel.
Game one, mate.
Yeah, Sam's, I think, not connected
Yeah,
to
he's
the
not.
game.
I've tried to talk to him. He's not available, it seems.
Yeah,
We can
that's
hear
correct,
him in
yeah.
that thing.
Sorry,
Yeah, what's the question?
Oxman, for the sites with the close-up site and then the longer range site on the bottom, how do I access the bottom site?
Holding control and then right click.
Ah, yes, thank you. Would you recommend
just get back where you were before,
Just go with that. It's just training
And
right
line
now, nothing fancy.
facing west.
Let's see if we can organize again. Go form up again.
Pilgrim?
Yeah. Sophie, let's form up. Yayo, are you?
Yep, sorry, just talking to Sam.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah, someone he's sorting out there in the.
Oh, there you are, Yayo.
and because we love it so much, sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
6, 7, 8.
Wonderful, wonderful, excellent.
Last man.
Sam, if you can hear, just click on the
I moved
and
him out of
enter the task
channel.
force. Oh,
I
okay,
moved
cool.
him out of the, we're running the
Tell him to
training.
install Windows.
People who are late, someone else will take care of them. Let's focus on what we're doing, guys, please. Right, so, like I said, you're already set up for the mission. And that's not only for efficiency purposes, it's also for balancing purposes. So there's a very strict rule for you to stay in your lane in terms of kit. Okay, don't loot shit that doesn't belong in your kit. For instance, if you're a rifleman, don't carry like 50 kilograms of medical supplies around with you. There is no point. It also hurts the gameplay that we have, right? We do team play here. If everyone has like all kit available to themselves, that breaks and it's no fun for anyone anymore. I also would like to encourage the team leaders to take an active interest in the kits of their teams. If there's something that seems off to you, it's very important to address that for a variety of reasons. Okay, but that's all the logistics we need to start a mission. We are good to go right now. But as we go through missions, we will use up our equipment, our ammo, our medical supplies, and we obviously need a resupply. And for that
User
purpose, we
joined your
have a
channel.
couple preset crates. We can go take a look at them. Ox might have to talk me
User
through
left your
these little
channel.
ones because these little crates, what are they for? I'm not familiar with them.
Do you see the signs? Are they textured for you?
I haven't seen these before. Are they even smaller than the squad-sized ones?
No. So, as it says on the text there, there's a special resupply crate for different kits that don't belong by default in the squad structure, like medium machine gunner, heavy AT, anti-air launchers, marksman, etc. It's just it's a box that you generally won't see.
Yeah,
until
exactly.
We get, like, a
We will not see this crate in the field, so we may as well move on to these. These are small resupplies for a fire team. There's not too much in them, but yeah, enough to keep us fighting. This is the medical crate, fairly obvious. Yeah, if you see one of these at base, stay away from it unless specifically told. That goes for all the resupply crates. If you're not being told to go near them, please don't. And we have a big squad size or even platoon size maybe box on the left here. Again, if you see one of these at base, please stay away. Also be aware that if you are alone at base and you're accessing these crates, there is scripts watching you and they will notify the rest of us. Purpose of that being obviously to enable us to tell you to stop doing that. Simple enough. Any questions so far?
Yeah, sorry, can you do like a quick test so people can see the message on the bottom?
I don't know if it's
I don't think this is scripted because it's not in the training
okay,
yet. So
no worries.
it will show up in the bottom left. Did we mention when you die, you don't reselect your kit either? So
I did not mention that, and is that a rule that we have?
yes.
Okay, I wasn't even aware of that. Okay.
I've got a
Fair
question in regards to
Go.
equipment. Say if there's a situation where
User
unluckily
joined your
most of the
channel.
squad gets knocked out, say like the AT gets knocked out, but we
User
actually
left your
get
channel.
AT up. Is it okay if we loot one of the launchers off the bodies to keep the mission going, or is that a still under no circumstances don't loot anything?
I'm
User joined your channel.
not going to tell
Friendlies,
you
you can
to
tell-
not
take
do
it.
what you need to do to save yourself.
Yeah.
What I usually do in training is lay down a sort of standard, default behavior level. The specific situations in the field may differ, and you're going to have to use your own discretion. But as a rule, this is sort of how it is.
If in doubt, ask your team leader.
It after you're done, when you get the other team member back. So, yeah.
I think just to hammer home the
like,
point. Sorry.
Yeah, go.
Well, that it's not to ruin, it's not to be spoil sports. Like the point is that we've got supply coming in from Chopper or other people are going to bring supplies in, so that's their gameplay. And if you've got all the meds, that puts our AG and our combat medic out of action because you don't need them. So all of these things are built into the gameplay. That's why we're doing it, not just to be total milsim arseholes.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. More just
Cool.
emergency situations.
Yeah.
Can you add
If
something
in doubt,
to
ask the
our
team lead.
I think he's in.
Squirrel? What's that?
Israel. Brill.
Oh, shit.
Deep in.
So there's other reasons for it too, which is a bit of a segue. I mean, we can just open up our kits for a minute here and just look at the screens that we're presented with. Just very basic armor stuff. Usually you will carry 3 containers. You'll have a uniform, some sort of vest or carrier, plate carrier, and then some sort of backpack. So this is sort of the space that you have available. Different items take up different amounts of space. And if you just look through this, you will hopefully see that I'm not lying. You have everything that you need to fight. You have ammo, hand grenades, stun grenades, even have a little bit of morphine bandages, everything you need to keep yourself going in the fight. Most of the kits will have some specialist equipment, which is what I was referring to earlier. So ARs, obviously, they have a big weapon with special ammunition. The AG is sort of our field medic role for lower manpower situations. Then you have the rifleman, obviously, in the AT role. Some of you will carry explosives or special weapon systems. The important thing is to stay in your lane with this. So don't pick up any specialist equipment that doesn't belong in your role, just to reiterate that. But then also, you not only have 3 slots that have inventory space, there is also a calculated weight of all the items that you are carrying. You should see that displayed in the top as weight in kilograms. And we would ask you that, say you're in the field and you're getting a resupply, it's a big crate, it's got tons of shit in it, and you get a little greedy, you pick up a lot of stuff, and you're now carrying 50 kilograms of shit into the field. It's going to be a stamina problem, and it will seriously affect your ability to fight. There'll be a lot of weapon sway, which will ultimately make you less effective and make it more likely that you're going to get hurt or killed. So we ask you to keep your personal carry weight somewhere below the 35 kilogram mark. Again, this is a default. Situations may diverge. For instance, if you're playing a motorized or mechanized mission where you're traveling with combat vehicles, they have inventory space as well, so you can chuck some stuff in the back and just access that when you need to. Any questions on basic inventory management?
Lovely.
Okay, easy enough. Any general questions, any technical problems we need to figure out, any people we need to teleport?
Sam back in yet? No.
Israel, are you? Can you hear me?
Israel is destined in TeamSpeak.
Yep. Well, he's here, but he's transmitting. Hello.
Panda, go.
Yeah. Sorry. I have a question about my keybinds. I still don't have a lot of them, obviously sorted out. But so I just may need that in the future.
Maybe that's a good point that we should check quickly. So is everyone here able to interact and self-interact? Is anyone here not able to interact and self-interact?
Speak up.
Cool.
Cool.
Does anyone here not know how to walk?
I don't know how to walk.
You don't know how to walk?
No.
Control C.
That's different for me. We're going to have to look that up. So the usual path is press escape, configure controls, and then it drops down in the top. I think what we're talking about now is movements. Do we have movement?
Is this base or is this add-ons?
This is base.
This is base, okay. And
walking is very base.
No, I didn't know if you had it. I've never fucked around with this stuff.
So what I'd recommend is to set up a walk, run, toggle keybind. For me, that's just tapping S when I'm already moving forward with W. I think that's very convenient.
Yeah.
I recommend that, but find your own way to it.
Sorry, what was this in? Was it in common? My apologies.
This is an infantry movement. Configure controls, drop it down in the top, go to infantry movement.
I've got sprint toggle, is that it?
No, it's walk, run,
My apologies.
toggle.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see that.
You can use a sprint toggle as well. I mean, toggles are quite useful, I find, but it's personal, I think.
But as infantry, will be walking most of the time or jogging. But walking is our most essential.
Another one to probably set up is the, what's it called in this menu? It's called combat pace. We often refer to it as tactical pace. I'm not quite sure why. But that should probably be set up just in case. Probably bring your rifle up to see what you're doing. It's a bit more easy to discern which stance you're in when you have that raised. So
Again,
Panda's in the tactical pace right now, I think.
S for that while you're going forward is also good. Just use the same one.
This is a bit weird for me. Right.
We can take a couple of minutes to mess with this, so no rush.
Okie dokie.
I think my keyboard's broken.
That's bad. I don't know how to help you with that.
Sorry, I don't know how to help you with your error.
Personally, I have walk on Control C, and I have tactical pace on double C. That's just me though.
That's good to know. Default.
It is ARMA keybinds. Every player you ask is going to have some sort of different keybind setup. It's extremely personal. So
Yeah, but I think people should use the default ones because then we can help each other.
Now I'm curious. If you have it on S, how do you like? Don't you walk around with WSAD?
No. So you're moving forward, you tap it like this, and you tap
it's
it.
a combination of keys. It's essentially W plus S, and you just tap the S to switch between.
You can switch it while moving forward. It's so nice.
Cool. Yeah.
I've also
that's called 15,000. Oh wait, yeah.
Sorry, Panda, go for it.
Hours.
Yeah, no, I was saying I'll put it on double S. So just double tap S and double tap C.
So the double S, okay, yeah, fair enough. That's gonna work.
Weirdos.
No,
the
point to take away from this is we can't prescribe any of your keybinds. You just need to know how to get to them, and that's just a menu that you need to figure out. There's some keybinds that are tied to add-ons, so if you press escape, go to configure controls, you have the configure add-ons button in the bottom right, and that will allow you to switch to all the add-ons that have keybinds assigned to them. It's important to be aware of, especially for the comms stuff that often comes up when people go into leadership. You might have to mess with this, and you do it via this menu.
I wrote up the different places and how they're categorized on the map screen. towards southeast.
Well, thanks for doing that. I was going to go into paces a little bit later on, actually. But first off, I think we're going to do some squad stuff. Let me just...
How about rebiding grenade?
I think we're going to do the grenade throwable stuff in a CQB
Okay.
sort of setting. Since so
It's-
much stuff to go through, it's very difficult to make a complete compendium of all the things that you need to be aware of.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay, 1-1, let's run through a couple of paces here. Could Alpha please lead us out in a squad column towards waypoint 1? Over.
Copy that, waypoint 1. Just a moment.
So basically, Bravo, you're just going to follow me in the order that you came in and we lined up in. And we're going to move out
Okay,
behind
southeast,
Juna
Alpha.
in a column.
In what stance?
In a column.
In a column, and we're going to be walking to start with.
I think
So
Israel's having
fall in behind me.
Alright, let's move in.
Behind you.
Nice.
Southeast, walking guns down.
So we usually have a lead team, and then the squad leaders go in the center, and then you have
And now we're going to
a reserve team.
jog weapons down.
Or, yeah, tap C.
So just press
Oh, no,
S
sorry,
with
that
your
was
weapon
wrong.
down. And then walk in.
You need to switch from Gary.
1-1, walking, weapons down.
Alpha copies, walking weapons down.
Bravo copies, walking weapons down.
Yeah, you can get back into your position.
We can now think a little bit about our spacings. So we should have a decent spacing, especially in such open ground. So if you're running into the back
So
of
Panda, if you
someone,
hold.
don't just stand still. You can take a knee, look around,
Panda, hold.
wait for people, and then move on.
And now move on. And then that sort of distance for the next guy. Sorry, Actual. You're right up your ass.
Yeah, just kneel down and wait.
Okay. Hold.
Routers.
Alpha, hold.
Bravo.
The commands.
You don't need to halt entire teams in a squad column to get dispersion. You
Bravo,
can just
walk in.
take a knee, look around, people behind you will notice and do the same, and then walk on when you have the correct spacing. 1-1, jogging, weapons down.
Alpha copies, jogging weapons down.
Bravo copies, jogging weapons down. So now just release your walking into jogging.
What the fuck do I want my keybinds?
1-1, halts.
Hold.
Alpha hold.
Anyone struggling with keybinds right now, sound off.
Say that again, right?
Just modifying mine.
Weapons down should be double.
Yeah, take a minute or two.
By default.
Let us know on the radio when you're good to continue.
There you go. Cheers, mate. Love it. Trying to figure out all the controls.
All good.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Just letting you know.
Don't push up to me. Let's stay.
Are we good, Bravo?
Panda good.
Yep. Bravo's good.
Yeah, Alpha's ready to move. Sophie, you good yet? Yep. Yeah, Alpha
1-1.
ready.
Break 1-1, form a traveling formation. Alpha on point, Bravo follow behind. Keep moving towards waypoint 1.
Copy, Alpha forming trolley.
Sorry, it's now a bad time to say I can't see these.
Oh, it's a perfect time.
Yes. Alright, that's cool.
All right, so Bravo.
So in a traveling formation, we
In
have
this-
both teams in wedges.
So team 2, I want you to my
Wedges
left.
or
Panda, I
arrowhead
want you to my
formations.
right.
By
In a
default,
arrowhead,
you'll
yeah?
usually have
So
the blue
Rutter
team on
on my left,
and the red team
and then
on the
Sputnik
right.
out to the left of him. A good tip is if you keep the person in front to the edge of your screen.
It's the team leader's choice.
It is the team leader's choice, but for the time being,
And hold.
let's keep it to the defaults.
That's nice.
User joined your
I
Good.
channel.
think all teams are formed up. Let's start moving towards waypoint 1, jogging, weapons down.
All right, we're moving out, jogging weapons down.
Weapons down, jogging.
Panda, push out to my right a bit, please. You can see on the ST HUD.
Right, fall in, Israel.
You got something going on with your stance, Panda. I'm not sure what it is.
Israel, is your voice working?
Yeah, it's fine.
Is that better, Pilgrim?
Yeah, looks good. Okay, so
1-1, walking, weapons up.
Alpha walking.
Rutter, I think you're going a bit slow.
Right behind Phil, so you're paired up.
Try and press
so they don't
C,
get confused.
so that you're
Take them
going
out
in
of the radio.
tactical rather than jogging. Rutter, hold.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the
Rutters,
controls. It's
follow
not
me.
That's all right.
behaving.
Okay, sorry.
You're here on the left side.
1-1, halt.
Holding.
Alpha.
Right,
Perfect.
What's wrong with the controls?
Is that pace
Take another minute to try and figure yourselves out. Team leaders, get back to me when you're done.
Copy that.
It's the
Israel?
combat
Yeah.
pace toggle, I think. That's the one I'm
Team
struggling
speak
with.
working,
That's
yes.
what I'm doing, right?
Sorry, Pilgrim. I'm just going to approach you to talk. Is that okay?
Everyone else?
Yeah, go for it.
Good.
Yeah. Sorry. Is there anywhere in my HUD I should be able to see which stance I'm in?
You good?
No. Not stance.
What's the actual command?
But if you find your because there's two joggings, right? There's jogging weapons up.
Combat
Let me
pace.
show you.
Sorry, I didn't ask Goni. Are you good?
Which is
Definitely
that,
be good.
where your weapon is up,
Yep.
Can you please
and then there's
control
jogging weapons
that
down, where I double press control, and you jog slower.
Sorry?
I still have that on Shift T, by the way.
Am I right just to quickly
That's
test it?
right. Okay, we've got
Yeah, this is what I mean. I've literally got none of the set keybinds.
yeah, we've that's our advanced movement. So that's when you're going into your CQB movements.
By the way, where are you?
Okie dokie. Yeah.
So yeah, so you want to unbind that for now.
So what did you? So what? Where can I find that?
So that'll be in
Add-ons. Why not?
configure, controls,
Yep.
and then it'll be show. Oh, hang on, will it though? Hang on. Oh yeah, configure add-ons.
Press C.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
You
I thought so. You were from
stand
South
by.
America.
Okay.
But yeah, we have a lot of Israelis here.
What section? What is the advanced stance in configure?
Clarify advanced stance.
The shift T when you're doing all that, because he's got it.
Stance. That's an add-on.
Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt you.
So it's in add, but which add-on? That's what I'm worrying about.
You Israelis
Press escape, go to configure add-ons, drop it down in the top, and then find.
Chris and,
That's the one I'm after.
yeah, so many Israelis here. Well, you have. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and
Because he's got it bound to the same keys.
Boxman, are you on this net, over?
you have to get into the military and
Which add-on is used to configure the rifle ready stance?
in Finland we have to go.
You mean the combat pace?
Negative.
I mean, this is why I use Control T and S rather than Shift T.
Half ready the rifle. It's an add-on of some kind.
No,
Yeah,
so
are people using that? Do they want to use that? Or?
Someone's having trouble with that in Bravo.
Because they've got it set to that and they need it for their combat pace.
One of my
Okay.
biggest regrets because
Give me a second.
I
I'll
really-
find it. CQB weapon
I did
stance.
want to go, but
It's Panda.
CQB weapon stance.
CQB weapon stance
Sorry, what?
in is
Lower
the
ready.
category.
Yep.
Yeah,
What-
yeah,
I
it's,
can,
yeah.
like,
You
what
can
size
unbind it if you don't want it.
Stuff, yeah.
No, I do want it, but what should I
I
set
could,
it to?
yes, and I really want to.
I use T.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sorry,
but
it's
T is
up to
already
you,
high
man.
ready.
but yeah, I didn't get into the military.
I use Shift T in that case, but he's
Gun ready. I don't think gun ready actually. I think that's only for
it's an
pistols,
add-on
so you can
option.
change that one if
So
you
if
want.
you go
So Control
configure
T and Shift
and
T. that.
Well, I'm wondering how that's affecting your movement in team there.
I would like to move on in 1 to 2 minutes if you can manage.
Just if you just come out of that stance, and you should be able to move a bit freer.
Sorry. Yeah, just one moment.
Alpha, continue on to waypoint 1.
Doesn't change the pace.
Wedge. Weapons
That
up.
only affects your upper body.
Yeah. Well, it will if he's got it set to something else as well.
Control T's now no longer doing anything. This is fantastic.
It doesn't
Good
want to
stuff.
work.
Ignore that for now. That's not important.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
The most important things is walk and jog. All right, guys, back into formation. Wedge it up. Walk in.
Gotta move on. Let's practice on the other.
Bravo, are you ready to continue?
Panda out to my right. Team 2 on the left.
Right, Rogers, you're in an arrowhead formation. You'll be on the far left.
Bravo, this is actual. Over.
Left.
7 for Bravo.
Bravo, are you ready to continue? Over.
Yeah, we're just forming up now.
No. Generally, you're on the edge, but it's
So
fine.
AR on the far left.
Yeah.
And AG closest to me.
No C-tab markers.
Like
for my
generally, we have
teams.
the AR on the flanks.
I don't know why. Ox, you still on this net, over?
Yeah.
And just keep the guy next to you on the side of your screen, and you should be in formation. Lovely. That's looking good.
You don't have you can't
That's looking. Right, remember that. It's perfect. You're still in stance. That's hilarious. All right. We'll have to sort that, Pans.
Yeah.
See now.
It didn't save the key ones, which is why it's still.
1-1 jogging, weapons down.
So if you set it up with your S and your W, now you just press S and you're already jogging. Bravo, jogging, weapons down.
1-1 holds.
Hold. Take a knee. If you double click control when you're jogging weapons up, it should go weapons down.
Please control the sectors of your team.
Copy that. Right, in this case, Panda, you'll be looking out to the right flank. Rutters, you'll be looking out to the left flank. And AR, yes, mate, you'll be looking behind. Bravo, sector set.
Switched it. Right, yeah.
Yeah, Alpha set.
Am I the only one that has an engine right now?
Okay, exercise complete so far. Let's huddle up and review.
Oh, 2 little birds flying about.
Give me one second, guys. I have a technical problem too today, so I'm just gonna.
2 pilots.
Yeah, so that's the advantage of moving.
Ticket.
Yeah, so which one do I need? I've got high ready, low ready, gun ready. Which one do I need?
Gun up, gun down.
So high ready, low ready.
Right, yeah, high ready, I just, to go to your scope, you just press right click, and then right click out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because our weapons, or we were set to captive. Now we should be fine.
But now, if you press control, double click, that should bring your weapon down.
So I'm just, okay. Right, so, yeah, I got that.
There you go. So now,
Then bring it up.
when you're walking forward, like this,
Yeah.
if you press S, you just start jogging weapons down. And if you press S again, you start walking. That's the beauty of setting W and S as your toggle between.
Okay, discussing some of the finer points of keybinds, so you can sink a lot of time into that. But let's move on for now. So what I'd like you to do is open up your maps and go to the bottom left corner. That's usually where I put down the stuff to draw some things.
I do have a question about formations. Quick one, if that's okay.
Can you give me 1 second to run through what we've done so far? I'll get back to you. Who are you? Yayo.
Yeah.
Marker's not working for me either. Fucking hell. Okay, so what we did initially was called squad column. So column is just, one fat stack. It's a very narrow formation, and it's a very deep formation. So that's some of the concepts that we can think about here. This is often used to move quickly because it's the easiest formation to keep. You don't have to figure anything out. Just one guy take point, everyone else follow. And this is usually how it's done. Then another thing we also did was the traveling formation. And this is a bit wider because you have your teams formed up in wedges. Squad leader always goes in the center, by the way. So now we're getting wider and slightly less deep. So that means we're a little more prepared for combat. When we do take contact, we usually still have just the one team engaged, and we have that second team in reserve that can then flank or maneuver, which we'll learn about at a later date. But that's what we've done so far, and we had a question on formations from Yayo.
Yes, quick question. When we're doing, for example, wedge, does the number matters in terms of where do I go on the left or the right? Or is my role the definition?
That is not an easy question. Okay, so the numbers are just used for the sound off at the beginning. They're a bit of a traditional thing because we're an air assault unit, and for paradrops, everyone gets assigned an individual number. The paradrop is the only instance where your number really matters for anything at all. And then you asked about where you're going. So there's this default setup where you have the red team on the right and the blue team on the left is usually what we have as default, and that has a reason. Can anyone think of it? Any guy with a big tube on his back, maybe? You want to glance over your shoulder there at your tube, maybe?
I don't see tube. That makes sense. Actually.
You got a tube on your left shoulder, boom.
No, I got two
on your shoulder.
Yeah.
That's why
So
the red team goes on the right side so that their right shoulder is clear and they can actually see things. But as I think Pilgrim said somewhere in the exercise, this is down to the team leader's discretion. Your team leader might something else. He will let you know if he does. And obviously it's a good thing for him to reiterate, even if he does want the standard, right? If he does want the red team on the right, blue team on the left. It's worth mentioning.
It was more around if the assistant gunner is the first on the left or the second on the left or the third on the left, for example.
Usually it's in order, so you want your automatic rifle on the far side of the formation, which is also, where some thought could be put into it. So you could have the other team stick it on the right wing, that would even it out. That's some of the considerations you could make. Again, it's sort of a standard that I think most team leaders adhere to most of the time.
Okay. Perfect, thank you, man.
Just to confuse things a little bit further, sometimes your team leaders will refer to the red team as Team 1 and the blue team as Team 2. Alright, it's exactly the same thing. Blue team is Team 2, red team is Team 1. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Personally, I would recommend the team leaders to use the colors instead.
Yeah.
Because I think they're more intuitive. The point to take away from this is that you can subdivide the fire team into buddy teams, and the team leader is usually integrated into buddy team 1, but if you're a 5-man team you can switch, of course.
Yeah, but what
hard to say red,
the red
amazing.
team?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
What if blue is playing in the red team? What am I gonna say?
Yeah, that often gets confusing.
Yeah, nobody changed their name to red, for fuck's sake.
Because sometimes you're going
or resupply
to the blue team as the blue team and just call them blue. That usually gets him going.
I just called him Jock.
Bloody blue, bloody red.
Role play the army.
More questions on sort of what we did just now.
Team red is team 1 usually.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just saying that in case we say 1 or 2, because we're used to saying 1 or 2. But it's easier to start with red and blue for a lot of new guys.
I'd recommend, because that's what people see on their HUDs. It's intuitive.
Blue 2. Yeah, you're going to have to unlearn 15 years of saying Team 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's alright. I got broad shoulders.
It's not very good.
Team lead? Team 2.
Okay, we did another very important thing, which I put up on the left side there. We refer to this as sector discipline. So we think a lot about sectors. Every guy is meant to watch a sector, and that is also without exception. So even if you're a squad leader, you're meant to be watching a sector. Anyone can think of a reason why that is?
Stops from getting flanked.
Yeah, we're a small force. In the grand scheme of things, a squad is tiny, and we operate in environments where we usually do not have any kind of flank security. So you always want to be looking around. We put up a few rules on this that we'd like you to adhere to. There's 2 of them. The first one is to pick your own sector. That means no 2 guys watch the same way. Do not cover something that somebody else is already covering. And then we would also like you, ideally, to call out to the people around you what it is you're watching. Because they cannot be bothered to check with you what you are watching. You should do this always when you're watching a certain direction, usually a cardinal compass direction. Please do call that out so people know. And then the second point is obviously, if you're looking at a friendly, or worse yet, pointing your weapon at a friendly, you're not helping the situation, right? So do not, or I should say, have a clear field of fire. There shouldn't be anything in your field of fire that you are not willing to destroy. And the same goes for civvies, obviously. So this is what we did just now. Every time you stop, you are meant to pick out a sector for yourself, and we're going to run through a couple more of these just to get some proficiency and learn about more formations. Unless there's any questions, comments, challenges.
Everyone understand? You all got that on your maps, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
1-1, listen up.
Bravo standing by.
1-1 is continuing on to waypoint 1. Bravo, take point in a traveling formation. I'll copy. Over.
I still don't see where these are, by the way.
That's on my C tab. Team leader knows where they are. You just follow him.
Simple.
Alright, Alpha, we're gonna be holding here and getting on the...
Bravo, this actual, how copy my last? Over.
Missed your last, is it travelling?
Bravo, this actual, take point in a travelling formation towards waypoint 1. Over.
Copy, Bravo moving out. Alright, wedge up guys. We'll walk out first, just to get into position.
Behind.
Team red on the right, team blue on the left.
Yeah, you see? It's not that
Panda out to my right, buddy. That's it. Let's get that arrowhead looking a bit wider, bit of separation. Lovely. And we're going to just jog out, weapons down. Bravo, jogging, weapons down. Good stuff.
Alright, Alpha, let's fall in a wedge. As they are. I don't even have to tell you what to do because you already know. You're so good.
Nice.
There you
go. 1-1, squad column. I say again, squad column.
Form column, guys, in behind. Bravo copies. You can do that on the move. Lovely.
Forming a column.
Nice work, guys.
Who the hell are... Oh, that's you, Jay. Hello, you, Jay.
1-1 walking. Alpha catch up.
Walk in.
Alpha catching up.
Yeah, let's keep checking.
A little bit of a tip when you're moving in wedge formations, if you're on the side, if you're a grunt, just have the person in front of you on the edge of your screen, and you'll be in a perfect wedge.
Break, 1-1, halt.
Holding. Sectors.
Sectors.
So I'm front. Next guy, choose a position. Second guy, choose opposite him, etc. down the line.
Nice one, Sputnik.
Rear guy in this situation has a team behind him, so he just has to pick a sector.
Juno, you're breaking it.
As he's done. Because he's proper.
Sorry, I signed it.
Lovely job.
Right, guys, sort yourself out. Everyone watch the opposite way of the person in front of you.
Alright, southwest. I'm southwest. Next guy, opposite way. Yeah, excellent.
Front guy watches front, rear guy watches rear. So this is sector discipline. Everyone's watching outward. Everyone has a clear field of fire. This is what we need.
Enemy UT spotted. Bang, bang.
Wicked.
1-1, listen up. Over.
1-1 Alpha.
Bravo.
1-1 to continue on towards waypoint 2. Form a traveling overwatch formation with Alpha on the right side. How copy? Over.
Bravo copies.
Sorry, did you say waypoint 2?
There is no waypoint 2. But
So what's going to happen now is we're just going to form wedge again and walk.
Copy, okay, sorry, can you repeat waypoint 1? So, traveling.
Right, he's got information on the way.
Say again, my last. We are moving on towards waypoint 1 in a traveling overwatch formation with Alpha on the right.
So,
Copy that.
Bravo walk in. So what's happening now is that I'm going to keep us walking forward. You're going to form a wedge. And you can see behind Alpha are moving out onto the right.
Listen up, listen up, listen up. Bearing 125, 1-1. A move bearing 125.
Bravo copies 125. So that's beautiful. So we just carry on going towards that direction. And Alpha have formed up on our right in a travelling overwatch. That means they're heavy on the right. We can still take contact and they can maneuver.
As always, everyone needs a clear field of fire. I doubt you have one.
No, we don't. We have 2 random guys in front of us.
Can my command element just regroup on me to make this a little clearer for people?
Jonah, fuck off that way.
Yeah, Alpha is transitioning towards the south a bit, so we get clear line of fire.
Yeah, we are switching to the southwest a bit. Just command.
You're making me proud, boys. We're showing up Alpha.
Oh yeah, we're blue as well. That's good for me. I'm from Manchester. I'll be.
Oh, you city, are you?
1-1, walking weapons down.
Walking weapons down.
Alpha weapons down.
See what your team leaders just did? Echo that order to me. You should be doing that in your teams in local every time gives you an order. The reason being, people need feedback on their instructions. Also, you can help make that order clearer throughout the team. If you're far away from your team leader, you might not hear what he's saying. Always echo instructions. Echo everything you hear.
Passing it down the line, basically. More comms, the better.
So just repeat last.
1-1.
Yeah. Oh, Bravo holding. Right, hold. Sectors.
Bravo hold.
Sectors, Panda. Quarter right.
Again, we're looking for clear fields of fire. You can adjust your team's
Beautiful.
positions if required.
So I have about 3 people in my ref provisional. Is that okay, as they're not in my direct line of fire?
There is 2 things you can do. You can, on your own, look for a different sector, or you can call that into your team leader and have him make a decision on that.
Yeah, Panda. I said quarter right, so quarter right's about over there, mate. So that means you adjust fire to the left, so you're not near them. That's perfect.
1-1. Form a squad line facing north. Alpha on the left, Bravo on the right. I say that again. Form a squad line facing north. Alpha on the left, Bravo on the right. Read back. Over.
Bravo. Alpha copies. Squad line towards the north.
Right, Team 2, regroup. Bravo copies. Facing north, squad line. Panda, get to my right. Team 2 on my blue team on my left. Facing north in a line.
This is how you guys do it.
Phasing.
You're
If
not
a grenade goes off between you, you should be able to survive.
Separate a bit, guys.
It's not a very pretty squad line, but I guess we'll hold that. And sectors, please, gents.
So left doesn't need to go left because we've got our team. So one of you can look rear, like Rutters is doing. Sputnik can keep forward. Panda, as you're doing on the right. Good stuff, guys.
It's another 30 minutes, by the way. Yep. Oh, that's fine. Well, keep practicing it. So how is Wise? Is he a good partner? Is he talented?
We haven't used advanced.
1-1, a squad line. North, walking. Weapons up.
Copy, walking, weapons up, squad line. Right, guns up.
Weapons up.
Walk in, north. Panda on my right. Keep on your right. It's a squad line, mate. And come up level with me.
Ox, I need Zeus.
Lovely. And if you're getting too close to the other guy, you can always sidestep as you go in.
Bravo, this actual over.
Send for Bravo.
Catch up on the right.
Copy that. All right, I want 5 seconds jogging from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Walk in.
Change the sides of the teams because of necessity.
You don't need to call that into me. That's fine. That's your call.
Just come back in line, guys, a bit. Nice one. Panda, catch up on the right. Good stuff. Much better.
It makes it harder.
1-1 hold and sectors.
Holding. Sectors. Nice.
Alpha holding. Bravo holding.
Who's that stood behind us?
I think that's our air
1-1
core.
walking north. Weapons up.
Copy. Bravo walking. Let's go. North.
Walking, weapons up. Bravo walking, weapons up.
Just a few meters ahead, Panda. Just come up level.
Contact front. Clear to engage. Keep walking.
Right. Go prone. Alright. Okay, he wants to walk. Copy. Carry on walking. Engage walking. So 3 out.
1-1 holds.
Holding.
Holding. Alpha.
Sectors.
Sector holding.
Sectors.
Alpha, you fiddle in your radio.
1-1
Bravo.
move north at tactical pace. I say it again. 1-1 move north at tactical pace.
Copy, moving north, tactical pace. That's your weapons up. And go as if you're walking.
1-1
See, guns are up.
front. Keep moving at tactical pace. Clear to engage.
This is a demonstration of how it doesn't work. Stoppage, magazine. Out to the right, Panda. Get a field of fire.
1-1 hold.
Holding. Stoppage, magazine.
Can I still fire at him?
Yeah, engage. This is a lesson.
Ceasefire. Exercise complete. Regroup in the center.
Nice work, boys.
I'm healing you all. Go and regroup.
Connie, don't be asabi, yes?
Ah, he's a biz man.
לא, זה חשוב בשביל משמעת.
It's easy for you to say.
Alright, so we've worked through a couple more things. We did 2 more squad formations. The first one was called a traveling overwatch formation.
Check your maps, guys. Bottom left.
So this is where we get even wider. So we're even more combat capable, but we're also retaining some flexibility. This is a very difficult formation for a number of reasons, and it's not often used.
Have you bought your
not in
15-ounce
such open
Clan
ground.
Dad mug yet?
It usually requires us to have very good terrain. But keep this one in mind.
It's huge.
At unexpected times. We also did.
It is actually. My team's doing really well.
First and foremost, combat formation, which is the squad line. The line is pure width, no depth. So this is when you know exactly where the enemy is and you want to get
I bought the T-shirt as well.
This
But I'm not wearing it
is the
today.
most difficult formation to keep.
Corporate
I
boy.
don't know if you noticed, if you looked left or right in any of that just then. It usually gets very messy very quickly. And this takes me to another point, unless there's questions. Questions, challenges, problems, keybinds.
When I was...
Excellent. So...
Hang on.
We need to talk about...
Hang on, Filth. Panda.
My apologies. When I was,
I cannot hear Panda if he's speaking.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Press Control tab that's changing your voice volume. There's 3 ones: whisper, normal, and yelling.
Happy
The
for
AI
you
hear
guys
you,
to
that's
yell
the
at
one
me.
thing
That
to
makes
mention.
sure that everyone hears everyone. Panda, go for it.
Control. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Right. So yeah, when I was obviously when we were firing, then I was still. I believe I was doing the correct thing, but I still had a lot of like gun movement. Should I be getting that, or was I in the wrong stance?
No, we're just about to come to that.
Yeah, we are just about to come to that, and maybe Ox has something to say because
And
he's
well
already
spotted.
put working on this on the map. I think there's something in the top right. I haven't looked at it to be honest, but yeah, let's go for that. Ox, you got anything for us?
We're talking about paces.
Yeah, you did some things there.
Yeah, so basically, the two the categories basically, and there's 2 main ones, which is slow and fast, and let's avoid sprinting. That's an entirely separate thing. It's one button and it does nothing else and nothing like connected to that. But it's slow and then fast. And slow is only 2 different types. It's either you have your weapon up or you have your weapon down, and that's called walking. That is the slow pace, and I believe by default you switch between these by Control C, but everyone has their different keybinds. But I've seen you move, you know how to switch from walking to what we call the fast pace then, which is jogging or the combat paces. That's what ARMA calls it as well. It's called the combat pace, which is the one where we just use the tactical pace, we call it.
Are you joining in the mission, Parks?
And switching between those is, I believe, double tap C or C. Those are the 2 different fast paces. So it's
if anyone wants to mess around with that right now, just go ahead and test some of these
free to run around while I'm talking here, basically. So all these different stances have 2 modes, I guess: weapons up or weapons down. So a combat pace, for example, the tactical pace is when you have your weapon down, or weapon up, sorry. And when you have your weapon down, when you double tap Control, it's actually a slow jog. That's one of those rare ones that almost nobody knows how to use because they don't understand how this is set up. But it's actually pretty simple. And then you got your
fair enough,
paces,
mate.
Weapons up,
I'll
or
see you
weapons
Sunday.
down. All these different modes have different impact on your stamina. So weapons up generally drain more stamina than weapons down. And then the jogging pace, I guess the jogging pace and the walk paces are the least cumbersome on your stamina, and the combat paces are the ones that should drag you. Well, actually, that's not true. It's the tactical pace only that drains you dry,
With your
which is
weapon up.
why your weapons are impossible to control when you move in tactical pace, and slightly as well after moving in tactical pace. You can also throw your stamina off and your aim off. And then there's the sprinting, which I think everyone who's played a game since 2000, well, okay, maybe 1995, is the shift button to sprint. And don't tell me someone has keybound that differently. Don't tell me you got delete for sprinting or something like that.
But that's what Filth was showing at the end, was the difference between us walking as infantry with the guns up and then tactical pacing. You just couldn't get a target, could you? It's impossible. Too much sway. Absolutely ineffective. So always walk towards an enemy unless you're bounding. Sorry, Filth.
Yeah. Tactical pace is strictly in only one specific situation that when it comes to a beginner's level is during a breaching of a door. That's the only time you'll be using tactical pace. And then in some cases, when you get a bit more advanced, you can use it in CQB, but start off with keeping that to a minimum. Your team leaders will call it out.
I'm just putting stuff on the map. That was a lot of information, and it's good to have, it's nice to know about, it's good to be aware of, and to be proficient with, most of all. So keep practicing this. It's really important, because what we do here is teamwork, and in order to be able to be a team, we need to be near each other. And for that reason, if you could please look at the bottom of the map again, I've put some things down. The thing to take away from this is that we only use 2 different paces. We use walking and we use jogging. We can do these things weapons up or down. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yep.
Okay, so in theory, we don't use anything else. We do not use sprinting and we do not use tactical pace. Obviously, that's a very strong statement to make, I'm aware of, so let's put in some exceptions there. So the sprinting is, obviously you can sprint to save your life, right? No one's going to yell at you for sprinting to save your life. There is another one that maybe one of the more experienced players can tell me about. There's one more instance when we expect you to sprint, actually.
Starts with F.
And it ends with?
Starts with F, ends with...
F and M. That is short for fire and maneuver.
Right.
We're going to learn about that at a later date. So the tactical pace, I'm trying to make this point only recently because much like the sprinting, I think it's intuitive for players to use this.
You are
but
slick.
It's actually almost entirely useless. I can only think of one exception that it's really good for, and maybe someone has something for me here as well. No? Okay. Breaching. So this is good for
Sorry, I was on mute, but I didn't say CQB, sorry.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear that. Yeah, so CQB is essentially going through choke points in close quarters battle is always done with tactical pace, which enables you to 1, be quick, and 2, have your weapon up, and you're fighting at very short distances, say within 10 meters usually, so it's fine. The reason for this being, again, like the weight limit, is that stamina is a factor, and like Ox just explained, sprinting and tactical pace will drain you, and you will no longer be ready to fight, and you'll get hurt or die. So do not sprint, do not use tactical pace, unless exceptions apply. Any questions on this? Give it a second, guys. Anything?
May need the keybinds running past in my own time eventually, but yeah, for now I'm okay.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Keybinds is a never-ending story for some people.
Yeah.
So.
Again, what's the difference between jogging and tactical pace?
Sorry?
The difference between jogging and tactical
S&M,
pace.
I think he said. It's German.
Well, the tactical pace is essentially the motion you go into when you look down your sights while jogging. It's the same, physical stance, and it's also the same speed. So this one, with your weapon raised but still moving quickly. Jogging with weapons up looks like this. So from the ego perspective, this looks like the old rifles bobbing up and down in the bottom right of your screen. And then you can also do that weapons down, jogging, and then your weapon's gone. And then you right-click, bring up your sights, you're back in tactical. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that answers the question.
And even when you're breaching, you can start off tactical and then go walking. You know, so you've cleared the obstacle, you're in the room, and now you can slow down. Now you're through the danger zone. And
We're going to look at CQB extensively because fighting in close quarters is obviously what the infantry is doing first and foremost. So this will be important. Coney, can we help you?
I'm looking forward to CQB.
Cool.
We've made some really good time and some really good progress, I think, but I have one more thing to go through. Oxman, you with us? Or you in a conversation? I think he's talking. Ox, big man.
Yes?
Can you take us to contact reports, please?
Ooh, that's fucking weird.
Ooh.
Portal.
Can we do a team at a time, maybe?
So let me quickly intro this because we need to talk about the concept. So something you just heard me do, hopefully there on the radio just then when we were in combat, was a contact report. I said contact front, which is not a very good contact report. There is better ones. Formally, we call this the 3Ds, and you can tell me about them while I put this on the map.
The 3Ds are direction, distance, and detail. Direction means everyone's facing in the right way. The distance gives them an idea of how far away it is, and the detail is adding detail to that. For example, left side of two-story building, right side of single-story building. That building up there, contact 250 meters northwest, 250 meters right of the house, say. What is not
over there or in that bush
or next to the tree, unless it's the only tree in the wood.
Question: how are you seeing distance? Because is it about an estimation or is
estimation?
It
yeah,
it's estimation, and you will get better at that.
Yeah. You can do far, close.
Yeah.
Like danger close.
Medium range.
Generalize it, but generally, like 100 meters, 200 meters, you get experience by doing so. Especially if you play the AG, when you use game binds and rangefinder.
So let's talk.
Another element of detail could be moving left to right.
Because we can ask the same question for each of these, right? So, okay, you want direction, but how are we actually going to give that? And I think a lot of people will intuitively give 3-digit bearings, which is not great. So the intuition I would like you guys to practice and to get familiar with is using the compass directions, something like contact north, contact northwest, contact west northwest if you want to add a lot of detail, things like that. Keep it intuitive. Everybody's got this on their screen in the bottom there. Nobody needs to open a compass or fiddle with any numbers, right? It's just look at that direction. There's a guy there. Can everyone get behind that? Or is there any problems with using main compass directions? Cool, excellent. So distance, as you guys said, we're going to do this in meters if you can. It doesn't have to be accurate. If you're not familiar with this, you can think of this as, short range, medium range, long range terms. Just very, very roughly. So medium range would be sort of at the edge of your effective small arms fighting distance. Short range would be something you can maybe lob a grenade at the guy or chuck one. Long range it's probably not that insanely relevant or dangerous to you because it's far beyond rifle range, something like that. You can think about it in those terms. But then what's most difficult for people, I think, is the detail. And what we mean by that is giving a reference to the contact that you're seeing. And I would recommend to you to use objects to talk yourself or your guys onto the contacts. So for instance, look for things that are as unique as possible. For instance, if we look to the northwest here, there is only one-story building with a red roof, red tile roof, or there is only one red container. Yeah, so unique things are best. Also, all sorts of man-made objects can be helpful. For instance, the power line, you can count poles or things like that. This is not easy. It needs a lot of practice, but we're going to run through it unless you have any questions or points at this time.
How are you doing that, Payne?
We'll do it team by team, maybe.
I want to have someone show it off, so Ox, maybe you can give us a contact report.
I think Connie's a little.
Contact northwest, 200 meter, right side, 2-story, broken building.
Clear to engage.
No, you need to know how they do it, you know, how we do it, because it's very important.
Hey guys,
for the
is there a problem here?
Not a problem, just what do you say?
What are you guys discussing?
The importance of the exercises, because it's kind of boring. It can get boring if you really want to shoot something, you know.
Yeah, but
well,
we
that's
got a lot
fair
of new
enough,
guys
but
here and
could I ask you to just keep with it for the time being and give me feedback after? Would that be okay?
Oh yeah, I'm talking for.
Cool, cheers. Let's set up a squad line facing northwest, Alpha on the left, Bravo on the right.
Copy. Bravo on me. Let's line up in our usual formation. Blue team left, red team right.
Blue on the left here.
What about white? You say team blue, team red.
Yeah, team
Alright, Flay.
Sorry, team 2. So team
white is right, right?
Team 1
Right is right.
Bravo right, yep.
Team East.
Some people seem slightly confused. Are we okay?
Eric,
Bravo's all good.
right me, mate.
It doesn't really matter because we don't usually have 3 in a team 1 anyway.
That's cool. No, just.
All right, we're going to go through this line. Please only shoot at the contacts once the person making them have completed them. This first contact is for Yayo.
Contact north, 200 meters, inside the door.
Door of which building?
True. Inside the door of red roof.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah, I would like to add that I ended up looking at the 2-story off in the distance because of that.
Another thing that I'd like you to do, or someone to do, at least in local, once you have killed this guy, once you have shot him, please do call contact down. We need feedback on this as well. Next contact is for Sophie.
After that, I'm going to point.
Contact. Man, 200 meters between the building with the red brick roof, red tile roof, sorry.
Please on the radio, please.
Oh, sorry. So contact north, 200 meters between the red tile building and the wooden shack.
Clear to engage.
Contact down.
Very
Good
good.
stuff.
Oxman has something for us.
Yeah, so don't start with the small details, start with the big ones. You've got the size of the buildings. You don't say door and then call what building it is. So always narrow it down. Go for the big, most what's it called? Most obvious
Macro to micro.
differences. Yeah. So yeah, just go for the big stuff first, and then move it to the small detail, and then you can tell them which nuts you're shooting at. That's it.
Left.
The next contact is for Juna, and I'd like him to do one more thing for me. Before he gives me his contact report, I would like him to give me his call sign, and we're going to continue on with that. Juna, your contact.
Alpha's gonna contact west by northwest, cresting, taking fire. Distance 200 meters. Contact down.
Real quick question, what's our call signs? I'm assuming we don't.
We're Bravo.
Is it like Bravo 1-1?
Yeah, Bravo's fine.
Juna, your call sign is Alpha. If you are with Pilgrim, your call sign is Bravo.
10-4.
So is that Bravo 1-8 for me?
Nah, just Bravo will do.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Just Bravo.
No, your team, not specific individuals, just the entire team. That's all we need.
Alright, no worries.
We're Bravo versus.
Yeah, maybe to clarify on that, every member of a fire team can assume the call sign of that fire team. We don't need any additional detail on that. Next contact is for Coney, I think.
Contact north at the destroyed building. Singular contact.
Nice.
What do you say after you killed someone, Coney?
He's down.
Well done, Coney. Thanks for the illustration, because if you have very good detail or have picked a very unique reference, you don't need any of the other compartments of the contact report. If your detail is good, you don't even need distance. Who's next?
Israel.
Yeah.
Next is for Israel.
Alpha taking fire.
Radio.
Northwest.
Radio.
Far to mid range.
Israel, radio, caps lock. Use caps lock.
What? Oh.
Use the radio.
Yeah, okay. Alpha taking fire. You still there? Yeah. Alpha taking fire. West. West. Northwest. Single man. Far to mid range. I lost them.
Yeah, behind the building.
Let's try that again, eh?
Which one? I've seen two now.
Northwest. Building. Mid range. Top floor.
Good, engage. Fuck him up.
Contact down.
Well done, Israel.
We got Sputnik.
Sputters.
Next one is for Sputnik.
Yeah, I don't fucking see it.
Ruined house, right side of red cargo.
Ah, okay, yeah, I got it.
Contact west. 100 meters in the destroyed building, skylining.
What's your call sign?
Yeah,
Bravo, right.
Is our contact down?
Contact down.
Raptors. Next.
We got Rutters.
Bravo on the fire, north, between two buildings, room.
On the radio, mate.
Bravo on the fire, north, between two buildings, metal shack, red roof, mid-range.
Yeah.
Good stuff, fuck him up.
Right, so
Contact down.
we are calling out contacts, not that we are taking fire. Be very specific that we have a contact in view that we need to engage. That's the word you want to use.
That is to say, call what you see. If you see a tank, call a tank. If you see a civvy, call a civvy. If you see a friendly, call a friendly, and so on.
Question, can we say contact spotted tank, and then say north, 200 meters out by the right building, or red roof building?
Sure, that's fine, as long as you're calling what you're seeing as precisely as you can.
You can skip spotted as well.
Yeah, spotted is different, like you, because
We got Bravo team lead Pilgrim.
But we don't generally use it.
Bravo, contact northwest, 200 meters, top floor, broken arse building.
It's a broken arse building. Did you say that?
Contact down. Yeah.
Broken ass building?
It works.
Alright, we got Panda next.
Contact tank. Spotted is for non-contact.
Contacts back to north, two-story building, mid-range, second story. Contact down.
Stuff.
Okay, we got Eric next.
You 203 that.
Radio.
Contact 100 meters. Bravo. Broken ass building. One contact.
Remember that bit.
I think he's dead.
Contact down.
What did you do, Pilgrim?
You think?
I will have Flay wrap us up here.
Bravo, contact north, middle house, doorway. Tango down.
Tango, get him.
Who the fuck fired a grenade?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, that concludes our training. If you have anything for me, you can regroup in the center.
Well done, Bravo. Thank you.
If you don't, you can
bring it on.
Alright then. No, I'm kidding.
Bye. You found the sergeant's cap.
So is there anything further past this today, or was this it for today?
I was just going to see if there's any more questions or points that you guys want to make.
I want to ask about rifle grenades.
Okay, that's a very specific topic. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I mean the use cases. I mean, I have it on my rifle, but like, when to launch it?
I think, personally, I think of them as a tiny little personal mortar. So usually, I use them against contacts that are in cover, around corners, or in shrubs. Possibly stuff that I can't see very well, but yeah, they're very effective, but they take a bit of practice. And additionally, they will enable you to estimate distances very precisely once you've used them for a little while.
Oh, right.
So it's definitely a good weapon system to practice with.
You can mark an enemy with
Can't
smoke
shoot him
with
right
them as well.
straight away, then you can lob it.
Yeah. Also,
Sorry?
you are free to use them as you wish when you are a grenadier. Like, unlike with the AT, really.
Okay. I
just don't try to blow up friendlies.
Squad leader or something.
No, you don't need a permission from anyone, because I've heard some people asking permission from me when I was leading. Can I use the grenade launcher? I think you are free to use it whenever you feel like using it.
I'd advise you not to do it in a wood. I'd advise you not to do it near trees, because they tend to explode quite close if they hit a branch.
You guys want to talk about?
Anything relevant to the training you've just done?
Yes, they can.
Yes.
Alright.
It'll make them seek cover, go prone, and decrease their accuracy, but it's a very short time frame.
Decrease.
Yeah, it does decrease. I scripted it.
Yeah, he did.
Right, that's time. We're going to take a short 5-minute break and then play a little mission if you're up for that. Thanks very much for taking part, and thanks for your patience. I realize it's a bit dry and not very much lead flying, but it's necessary, so please keep with it. Thanks very much. See you in a bit.
Cool. Now the fun time.
If we're joining the next mission, do we just stay in
Say
team
what?
speak?
Yep.
If you are not going to play the mission, please leave the service.
Right. Excellent. That was a good session. I think got a lot of information across, and they seem to do really well, especially my team. So looking forward to it. All right, I'll join you in about 5 minutes for the mission.